What's up, Bridal Babes? I hope you're ready for another exciting episode of your favorite local wedding show, Bridal Buzz. I'm your host, Kat, and today we're joined in the studio with Cristina and Neeann. They're going to talk all about their love story and their wedding, of course. So before we jump to that, quick shout out to today's sponsor, Texas Wedding Ministers, and then let's get started. Thank you guys so much for coming into the studio today.
Of course.
You guys are
having
a very special couple in the Bridal Babe community. Y'all have been here since, I feel like, the beginning. Close to the beginning of the Bridal Buzz journey.
Yeah. I've listened to at least every episode.
Oh my gosh.
I listened to what she has to say about the episode.
You listen to the commentary.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Why don't we start it out with you guys both telling me a little bit about who you are and who you were before you guys met each other.
Oh, God.
Okay.
You want to go first? Yeah, go first.
I'm Cristina. I am a school psychologist here in San Antonio. I work for an amazing company. I'm from Arkansas, but let's see. I graduated from the University of Arkansas undergrad, and then I moved to Baltimore. I did a year of service there, and it's kind of funny, the girl I was living with was like, you should check out, so I knew I wanted to be in education. She's like, you should check out this program called City Year, and I was like, okay. So I Googled
what?
City Year.
City Year.
Okay.
It's an AmeriCorps program, and so I Googled it, and it's all over. It's nationwide, and I was like, well, San Antonio sounds cool. There was one here, so I applied, and I got in, and flew to San Antonio in 2015, and I've been here since.
And you never looked back.
Nope. And that's how I figured out, I don't want to be a teacher. I want to be a school psychologist. Went to grad school at UTSA, graduated, and I've been here.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Neeann?
I mean, how far back do you want to go?
As far back as you want to go, but let's keep it a little summarized.
Okay, well, let me see. Before coming, I'm from Houston.
Me too. H-Town, hold it down.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Sorry. So I was from Houston. I came here. Wait. Okay, hold on. San Antonio College. I went to St. Mary's.
Okay.
Went back to Houston after I graduated for a year. And then I found that program too, City Year. And so came back here 2015 for City Year. I'm an ICU nurse.
Okay.
And yeah, that's where I'm at now.
Cool. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys met at
Yes,
City
so
Year.
that's how we met.
That's how we met.
Okay.
We were both living in Baltimore and Houston. We both applied for the program, got in 2015. And then we serve in multiple schools in the program, but we were assigned to the same school downtown, Mark Twain. And it's so funny looking back, how it all worked out. We both lived in West Side San Antonio, outside of 1604 Culebra, over there.
Oh, wow.
And we were both assigned to a downtown school, so we were carpool buddies.
Yep, we were carpool buddies.
Convenient.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, so we met in the program. We instantly became best friends. We were like, when you have your work best friend,
Yeah.
we would
Work
cry
wife.
together. No, literally,
It became a real wife.
yeah. So we were best friends for a year, and we did everything together. We would go on double dates together, but not together, but
with other
with
people.
other people, go on double dates, and we were just the best friends. And then a year later,
So it took about a year of friendship to get to the point where you were like, wait, this is more than...
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that. How did you guys officially become you guys?
Yeah, that's a long journey in itself. So for me, Neeann is the first girl I've ever dated. I only dated men previous to her. The first and
First
only.
and last, baby.
I know. She's very special. So it was more a self journey, I like someone and I think this is the one, but that also journey of this is a woman, and we kept our relationship secret from our family for
A while.
years,
Wow.
at least two years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That could not be easy.
No, it wasn't. So like I said, it's a long story, but a very personal one. And so I think it just was she felt like a safe space to me. And I was like, this is she literally thinks about me in every little thing. She will do the littlest things and remember things, and it means so much. She'll clean my bathroom for me. That was the one moment that I remember. I was in grad school.
Yeah.
No, I know.
I was really
I was really
stressed out.
Yeah. So when we started dating, we went back to school. I went to grad school. She went to nursing school. So that in itself is
hard.
you know, and so we
Yeah.
were each other's support system. And I was like, if we got through that, then like we'll get through anything.
Yeah.
And like she would like clean my bathroom for me, like something so small. And like when I was because I had night classes, and she left a little sticky note on my mirror and was like, this is what I did. And like it meant so much. I was like,
Don't forget I love you.
yeah. And so I don't know, I think it just was like that safe space.
So how did you guys get to the point of, okay, I'm really into this person. We've been dating for a while. I want to be with you forever. How did you get from dating to let's make this forever?
I think we just started talking about our future.
Yeah.
Like we started talking about our wedding. Like, oh, we want this in our wedding,
Right.
or we would do this, or we started picking out our kids' names. We were like, we don't have
Yeah.
any kids,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
it was those conversations. Like we're planning long term now. Like so.
Did you guys start talking about weddings and kids' names before you were like, do you want to be married?
I think
do you
Yeah.
want
Yes.
a long-term partner?
Yeah.
I have this video. I have this video of Cristina at grad school.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she's like up on the whiteboard and she was like writing her name. Cristina Cecilia Missuela.
I was like practicing. Like
Oh
we
my
were
gosh.
we were newly dating at
Yes.
the time. Like we weren't.
But it's
wasn't
funny
serious.
because sometimes we would talk about it and then she'd be like, slow down, Narissa. And I'm like,
that's her real first
real name. I'm sorry.
So
And then I'll be like, but didn't you?
Is that what you use when you're serious? Or-
yes,
yeah.
yes.
serious, but also in a loving way? She'll
Aw.
use Narissa.
Yeah, I love her name. So I think it just was like
I think it's just like
started
these little moments.
Yeah.
Not just, it wasn't like a one specific moment, just all these little moments that added up to, all right, I love you.
And how did you know it was time to make the next step?
After we both came out to our families,
Mhm.
like
Yeah, for sure.
we had that individual journey, like
Yes.
told our parents,
Wow.
and then like a year or two went by, and they were like, you know, adjusting and becoming more comfortable. Like I
Right.
said, it was new in at least my situation with all my family and friends, and then when they started like accepting us as a couple, and our families are both wonderful and like have really come to terms and like love us and support us, and I think after that it was like,
Yeah, for sure.
all right, because then she planned the proposal with my
Yes.
family.
Nice.
So I think once we had that, like, sorry,
No,
I
go
cut
ahead.
you off.
No,
that
no,
like
go ahead.
that solidification, like, okay, like we are loved, we are supported.
Yeah,
let's do it.
100% about families, because I mean, I came out to my mom when I was 17, and I still had to keep coming out to my mom.
Right.
And then finally, like, I've never told her about any of my past girlfriends. They were all just best friends. You know.
That's what she does. She gets us
The
best friends, and then she turns us.
Right.
If you want dating advice, go to Neeann.
Make them your best friend with the camera. And then I was like, all right, like, I really love this girl, and I really want, like, my family to be a part of it. So when I told my mom, I was like, all right, Mom, not a phase. I love her.
This is not ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Aww.
yeah.
And did you guys discuss how you wanted to be proposed to, or opposite? Like, was there any discussion on?
Not-
Because you guys both proposed to each other, correct?
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
So was there a conversation about that, or?
I don't think so.
I said I didn't want to be sweating. So I
Yes.
was like,
Yes.
I said, please do not like take me hiking, and like, cause I sweat a lot, just in general, I sweat a lot. And I was like, I don't want to be somewhere where it's like hot and
Yeah.
just, I said that like a long
I
time
mean,
ago.
we didn't have like a formal discussion about it. She would just say like random things, like, and I would just be listening. I'm like, okay, she doesn't want to sweat.
Taking
Okay.
mental notes.
Yeah, taking mental notes.
Yeah.
And I knew that she was really close with her family and her friends, and I knew that was something that she wanted, and that she likes music. And then,
I
you
do.
know,
Yeah.
but that's,
Yeah.
there's another story into that. That's kind of funny. Because I knew she didn't want to sweat, so the original place that I wanted to propose to her was outside, and it was hot. And I was like, wait. So just,
She knows me.
I don't know.
You're like, will she
Yeah.
feel loved though?
Yeah. So we went to Diamonds Direct together, and we both tried on different rings that we like, and then they noted like what the other person liked. So it's cool, like, because you don't really know what you like, I think, until you like
Put
try
it on your
different
hand.
ones
Yes,
on.
100%. You think
And-
something's gonna look good, and you're like, oh, not on my fingers.
Yeah.
Yes,
I-
Yeah, and like her
can
ring,
relate.
let me see. It's like a diamond band. Like she didn't want like
I didn't want us.
You didn't want a big standing
Yes.
stone.
But then she also wanted diamonds. She was like, I want diamonds.
I want
too.
diamonds
Sparkles,
too.
yeah.
Like,
Yes,
you know,
I want the sparkle.
I love
So
it.
Thank you.
we went and February of 2020 to Diamonds Trek, and then they kept it separate. Like, we each bought each other like what the other person liked. And then they called us differently when they came in. And I actually picked mine up early, and then her rings, and I hid them in the closet for like almost a year.
Where in the closet? I love this.
Like, it was in the box, in their bag, in a zipped bag, in like a suitcase. Like, so it was in like, you know, the storage suitcases that you have? It was in like 4 multiple layers. Like, I knew she wouldn't find it.
I waited. I didn't pick up her rings because I knew.
I'm hiding it at the store.
No, yeah, I hid it at the store, and then when she left to go home, is when I picked up the rings, because I knew that if I picked up the rings, she was going to be looking for it.
I do.
My fiance said the same thing.
Yeah. Even after we were engaged, we had our wedding bands already, and she's a night shift nurse. So when she'd be at work at night, I would put it on, and I would like send it to like my friends.
Yes.
And I would send it to her and be like, I can't wait. I wanted to wear my wedding band so bad.
Put it away.
She wouldn't send me the picture. She'd be like, I love you. And then I'd be like, did you put the ring on? She's like, yeah.
And then I put it back when she was at work, and then
Oh my gosh. Before we keep hearing about this proposal, let's give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Texas Wedding Ministers. So this local service is dedicated to helping your one attempt at a wedding ceremony go as smoothly as it possibly can. They have a huge team of officiants for every kind of couple, every kind of wedding, whether you're getting eloped or you have a huge celebration of 300 plus people. Texas Wedding Ministers can handle it and help you. So check them out today on sanantonioweddings.com. Again, that's Texas Wedding Ministers. Okay, back to you guys.
.com.
.com. All right, so tell me about the proposals themselves. How did they happen? Who was there?
Okay, I guess I'll start.
Yeah.
Well, there's like we have the proposal, but she's 2 different perspectives of it.
Of the first proposal. Neeann proposed to me first.
Okay, so we'll cover that one first.
Okay, so Cristina left, what was it, July? To go home.
July 2020. It was like a couple months in the pandemic. I'm from Arkansas.
Yes.
And I was like, my niece was born during the pandemic, and I was like, I need to go home. Like, school ended for me, and so I was like, I'm just gonna go home for like 5 days, and like
you were gone for like 2 weeks.
Or wait,
we were like gone for like 2
I
weeks.
I was. I'm sorry,
2 months.
But like leading up to it, so one of my best friends who was in our bridal party, it was her birthday, and she texted me and she was like, you know what? Bring a dress. Like, I want to get dressed. Like, do our makeup. Like, let's go get wine. And I was like, cool. Like, we hadn't like gotten dressed up in a while, and she helped me pick out my dress. I was like, do you think I should wear this one?
Aww.
But
Little
secretly,
did she know.
they were telling her.
Right, yeah, well, little did she know, I was talking to her friend that was her birthday, because I wanted that to be how Cristina got in a dress, how she was at the wine place.
Because I would have, just worn, like, workout clothes the whole time I was home. Like, I just planned to stay at my house.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how I ended up going to Arkansas alone. And then
Yes, and then after she left, my best friend came over, who was my maid of honor. Shout out, Julie Forbes.
Shout out, Julie.
And she helped me. We made, like, poster boards. I had, like, 4 poster boards, and I put pictures of our 4 years together.
Yes.
And then we got a big truck, and we packed up. We loaded the truck, loaded our dogs with 4 dogs in the back. And then we left at, like, I don't know, like 5 or 4.
It took you 12 hours.
It took us 12 hours to get there. Anyways,
wow.
Yeah. And we were there, what was it, the day before her best friend's birthday or whatever. And then, so like I said, I wanted to propose at that lake, right? And I knew that it was okay. Well,
it was about to storm.
It was about to storm, and I was freaking out that day. And Jules was like, "It's okay, Neeann, don't worry, we'll find a place." So we were driving around trying to find some awning or something that I could just get Christina's best friends to get Cristina to that place. And I was just like, you know what? They're at a wine bar. Why don't we just go to the wine bar? And so luckily, this wine bar, I called them, and they had a private room that they weren't using. And I told them what I wanted to do, and they were like, yeah, just come on over.
They're like, heck yes.
Yeah, and then
tag us on Instagram.
No, yeah, for sure. No, and
they
like,
did.
We did. We did tag them on Instagram. And then they set up the room for me. They even asked if I wanted to get like some charcuterie board made or something, or that said like happy couple or something. I don't know. But
happy couple.
But it was really nice. And of course, before I went to Arkansas, I talked to her mom and I talked to her dad.
They were all in on it.
Yes, I wanted to I wanted to ask in person, but because of the pandemic, you know, I never got the chance to do that. So I would FaceTime them. And Cristina, one of her favorite pictures is
when she asked my dad.
Yeah, like I'm like crying, and he's all like smiling really
You took a
big.
screenshot?
Yes, I took a screenshot.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
But and then so the kitchen staff, they snuck us in through the back. Like it was
like a couple of my best friends and my mom, dad, sister,
the baby.
Yeah, my niece. They were all there, and like they were like as close as where this door is, but my back was to it, and they were all like one by one sneaking in.
Wow.
They didn't see. I know. I saw her, and I was like, oh my god, she's gonna see. And I was like carrying this guitar, and then like the whole staff was in on it, and they were like making this barricade so that we could just get into the room.
Oh my god.
It was so sweet.
Were you so surprised?
Yeah, so my perspective is completely different. It's so funny. Like, so I went home. They were like, we're gonna go. My friends came into town. We got dressed. We went to a wine bar, and then I was like, we gotta go soon. My mom was making her birthday dinner, and I was like, we have to leave. And my friend, her birthday, she was like, I think I want another bottle of wine. So she orders a bottle of wine.
You're like,
and I'm like, this takes forever to
like,
go
my
through.
poor mom.
Like, I was like really stressed, but they did a bottle so that way we'd stay. Cause you know, you like sip on a bottle of wine for a while. And she was like, it was so funny. She was like, I had to get so drunk to get you to stay there. And she drank it. I was like, you drink it. Like, I need to drive us home to my mom's house. And
she's like, taking one for the team.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's what she said.
That's exactly what she said. Oh, she's a best friend. And so at the end, they were like, oh, let's go take photos in this room. We want to take cute bestie photos. I was like, yeah, like I haven't seen you guys in like a year or so. So they open the door and I see like my sister and my childhood best friend who I wasn't there with her and my mom. And I just was like
bawling.
No.
Yeah, she said no.
No,
That's
like,
what she said.
No. And I closed the door. And then my other best friend, I'll show you the video. My other best friend like pushed me and I was like, no. And then I saw her best friend, her maid of honor, because she was hidden. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, it's Arkansas. Like, we're a long way from San Antonio. And so I walk in and they all had like a different canvas with like all of our photos. And then I realized like my best friend was in front of me and I like hugged her and then my mom. And then I realized, oh, this is happening. Wait, what? It's so funny. Like, I actually cried more like watching the video back than I did in the moment.
There's so much happening in the moment.
So shocked. She like came out. No,
She
okay.
was.
It was 7:00 on a Thursday, and I know this because my reminder went on to take the trash out to the curb because we always forget. And
Yes.
the last text I sent to her was like, "Hey, don't forget to take the trash out tonight." Before
You're like, okay.
Yeah,
And
well,
I-
that's the text that I got while I was driving, all nervous to the venue, and she was like, "Get the trash." I was like, "Okay, whatever."
So it's funny because she came out, she started singing a song to me, and then I just like, I literally had my head in my hands the whole time. I looked up and I was like, but what about the trash?
Yes, the trash, the dogs.
And then I said, wait. In the middle of her like talk, I was like, where are the dogs? Like, are the dogs, do you have a dog sitter? Are they here? Like, and then she got a new tattoo and I was like, you have a tattoo? and then I was like, you look very nice, because she doesn't ever dress up. She wears scrubs and like workout clothes, and she had on a nice little shirt. She got it to match like kind of or complement like dress I was wearing.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I freaked out. I was like, oh my gosh, my mom and dad, like, I was like, are they okay with this? Like, even though I knew they were, obviously they were there, they were holding it.
Yes, they were holding it.
And my mom, you hear in the video, she's like, shh,
Yeah.
listen to her.
Yes.
So
Your
I just had like a
mom.
flood of thoughts going on. Like,
my
she had
God.
people on FaceTime so you could hear them. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I was just more surprised. And of course, she was cute. She was like crying, singing.
I
And
was
then
not singing. I can sing. That video, I was not singing.
Anytime
It's
I am
bad.
under pressure trying to sing, it is like coming out of my voice. Like,
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
not
it was
actual.
bad. It was
So, like,
I wouldn't call it music.
Yeah, yes.
Oh.
At least the
It was so
guitar
sweet,
sounded
though.
fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really sweet when I watched it again, because I was just in my head at that point and I was like, who is watching on FaceTime? Like, who? And then it was really sweet. It was just so nice having like all of my family and friends there, like my close knit friends.
Yes.
And they knew. And it was right before 4th of July.
July
So
2nd.
then, yes, July 2nd. So then my family and I were going to the lake for the weekend. We had a cabin and I was like, but we're leaving tomorrow. And my dad's like, yeah, they're coming with us. I was like, oh, you're like, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
So that happened. And it kind of gave us that little hope, like in the pandemic, like, and then we're like, cool, we can plan a wedding now. Like,
Yeah.
what else are we
Something to
doing?
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And get her she's in COVID nurse. So there was just a lot going
Yeah.
on, and it was just like that joy we needed. And so they ended up driving me back. So I flew there, and but then they drove me back because they're like, you don't need to be flying. Like,
Yeah, I was
during the
really
pandemic. So
worried about her flying.
They had
first
this
time.
What about the
all
dogs? Like,
Yeah, so I
That's
was in the
fun.
back in the car with the dogs, and she sat in the front while we drove back
That's
down.
love, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'll
yes.
show you. There's a picture of me showing the dogs my ring, and they're so happy. And I was like, my
Aw,
baby.
yes, we need that picture. So tell me
Yeah.
about round 2.
So then that was July 2020.
December.
No, the first
Yeah,
one.
Yes, the first
And
one.
so I still had the ring, and originally I was gonna plan something like extravagant like that, and then I kind of like stopped, and I was like, what would mean more to her? Like, of course we love seeing like these extravagant proposals and stuff, and I was like, we're already engaged, like we're already gonna get married, and I wanted to give her a ring, and like for me, I'm better at like writing my emotions or like my feelings. So, and she loves Christmas, so
I love
like
Christmas and the lights.
I was waiting, like, I was like, okay, maybe her birthday, which is in November. And then I was like, no. And then her sister was living with us temporarily for grad school, and that's her best friend. So I was like, okay, let me just do it really private. So I wrote her, like, this really pretty Christmas card, and I took her down to the Pearl. And it kind of goes to, like, our origin story. Like, she used to try to hold my hand in public, and I would not let her. I mean, it was like,
Freak out.
yeah,
Sweaty hand. Sweaty.
just from like dating a woman for the first time, it was just like I was
A
really
lot of new.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just really embarrassed, and like so then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go propose to you like where I wouldn't hold your hand.
Oh
and
my
so,
gosh, I have chills. Like the growth.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it was more like a growth
for
thing.
sure.
Like, I mean, I
Wow.
still looked around. I was like, is there a lot of people looking? Like, I mean, but it was at night, and there were people. It was like in the Pearl, like down by the amphitheater,
Yeah,
right?
a
Like
popular spot.
Yes.
all the
yes.
lights. It was like at night,
That
and it
lake.
was. Yeah, it was
Aw.
just her sister, and she was over there taking. We all went to go look at the lights together, just the three of us, and
Yeah.
she was taking photos. I just read
I had
her.
no idea.
Yeah, because it was just a casual.
Really
like,
had no idea.
I read her the Christmas. It was like a Christmas love card, and I was like, we're already engaged, and I don't remember what everything I said, but I like quickly got down on a knee too. I was like, it's so nerve-wracking. Like
Wow.
like even when you're engaged, like I feel for everyone who has to propose. Like it's so like nerve-wracking, and
I've read some tips from photographers saying like you're gonna want to stand up right away, but just stay on one knee for a couple seconds because you feel like you did it, and then you're like, okay, I need to stand up and celebrate.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes it's like half a second. You know?
Yes.
yeah, I feel like I
Yes.
stood up really quick.
Yeah.
You did.
But everyone, yeah, it was the act. But everyone started like clapping
Yeah,
around
people
and
clapped.
cheering. I think everyone thought like it was like the proposal, and for me, it was just like my like proposal to her. Like, will you marry me? Like, will you take me and all my flaws? Even though she already like asked it, So it was more intimate. Just like I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. Like I want everyone to know. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Make
That's
a
how
public declaration.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I got to wear a ring. I was like, ooh, I like
Yeah,
this ring.
because she wanted to wear a ring like during the engagement.
Aw,
so.
Yeah, it's a special feeling. It
Yeah,
is.
for
I'm
sure.
like, yeah, it's very
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So that's how our second one was.
So what came next after that? What was the wedding planning season like for you guys?
we got engaged in July. We booked the venue was the first thing we did because I feel like we needed a date. Like
Right.
we couldn't really book. We knew
It's
our
hard to commit to
photographers.
anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
We told our photographers, they're like, just let us know. And so we booked the venue first in August of 2020. And once we had the date set, then we knew like, okay, we can start planning everything else. And I feel like we had everything booked by December of 2020.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And
shoot.
y'all's wedding was in the fall
November,
of 2021?
November
2021. Yeah. So we knew we wanted the fall. We were like,
So she wouldn't be sweating.
yes, I said that. Yes, we knew we wanted a Saturday, and then the dates that we liked, like every venue we went to, they didn't have the date because all your fall 2020 brides were
Had to get.
Yep,
Yeah.
rebooked
were
for the
2021,
next year. Yes,
and so
that's still happening now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were just like, you know what? Let's not figure out a date. Let's just go find a venue that we liked, and we looked at
There
a
you go.
few, and then we fell in love with the
I
Milestone.
love the milestone.
Legacy Hall, like the newly renovated, like it's just so beautiful. It's like simple and
Yes,
elegant,
yes.
and we're like, what Saturday do you have in the fall?
And they
like,
had all this. They had all those. I mean, in November, because we specifically went to November.
yeah,
I feel,
and so
and all those Saturdays were good.
we locked it in immediately, so we would at least have a date, so we could reach out
Yeah.
to vendors and stuff.
And then I know you guys also went dress shopping together, right? Like you did
Yes.
ring shopping. So tell me about that
Yes.
experience.
So we went to Bella Bride, and like all of our vendors did such a good
They
job
did.
keeping everything a secret. Like our photographers, our dress shop, our like alterations people.
And we were like really nervous about. Well, the first thing that we asked our vendors was, "How do you feel about LGBTQ?" You know what I mean?
Didn't know
Yeah.
like how accepting
Yeah,
a lot
just-
of them would be. What did you feel like the majority of the people you talked to were
Oh,
very
yeah.
warm and welcome?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
100%,
we
for
booked
sure.
our wedding planner like immediately. Carrie from All in the Details.
Love Carrie.
Yes.
She's amazing. Carrie Noel.
Yes, they
Plug.
are.
Yes.
Yes, Carrie and Noel. Like, so she sent us a list of LGBT or women-owned businesses because that's
Beautiful.
kind of what we wanted, like as our vendor profile. And so it was helpful to see that because it felt nice to be like very welcomed and like
Yes.
supported.
Yeah.
So we wanted that factor before we're gonna book and have you there on our wedding day.
Of course, that's like the last thing you need to be worried about at your wedding.
yeah.
Sure, yeah.
So
Bella Brides was on there, and yeah, when we went, who was her name?
Caroline.
Caroline, sorry, Caroline.
so how we did it is they booked us back to back because the salon, or what's it called?
A bridal
Boutique?
salon, yeah.
The bridal salon is small, and so she's like, "You're gonna be hearing what each other says." So she waited in the car. I went
slept
first.
in the car. I had just gotten off of work.
off of her night shift.
Yeah, so
Oh
I was
my
sleeping in the car.
gosh.
So
And-
she went first.
Yeah, and my mom and our two bridesmaids, like, I found my dress, and then I sat in the back, just sitting in it, staring at it for like an hour, like making sure, like,
Just waiting.
and then she did her whole experience, tried it on, and then when she found one she liked, they blindfolded us and had us stand together so they,
Side by side.
yeah, so we could see, because we said we wanted them like complimentary,
Right.
not the
They
same,
need to match,
and
but they
so-
need to look good together.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
yeah, so they were the kind of the same cut, like A-line type, and so they blindfolded us, and then like when
Brought
we
us
picked
out.
them up, we went together, but they had us each take turns trying it on, and then we went to alterations. It was different days, but they did very well, like keeping it a secret, and we felt really loved, and it was just so like special, like,
It was
yeah.
nice.
Aw.
I liked it a lot.
What was the inspiration for your wedding day? Like theme, colors, textures, things like that?
The venue,
Yeah.
I think. We wanted like minimalistic, that rustic farmhouse.
It was like a
style.
modern farmhouse, and it's so pretty. It was
Cute.
just black and white in the inside, and
love
just
black and white.
greenery.
Mhm.
And we're not very like extravagant people. We just wanted very simple greenery, and so we did like a Cabernet for the girls, like in the falls, like a
Love the
maroonish,
maroon color.
Yeah.
and then navy for the
For the boys, they
couple
look so
boys.
good.
Yeah. And then it literally was just like silver and black and white,
And that's it.
Wow.
and
It
wasn't
greenery,
really-
like very simplistic. Because the wedding venue was so pretty, like we didn't.
We didn't want to already like decorate it because it was already decorated, if that makes sense, because it was already so
It was-
nice.
Like it was already done up to a level where you didn't
Yes.
feel like you had to add too much to it. That's
No.
that's
Yeah.
convenient for
We just
sure.
needed like the, what is it called, the table stuff.
The centerpieces.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
All the,
Yeah, even that was
All the
very
zhuzh.
simplistic.
Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
zhuzh.
Everyone has their different things that they want to splurge on, and if like decorations or flowers is yours, like great. It wasn't for us. We
what
wanted
was yours? Yeah.
what we wanted to
We wanted a
splurge on.
party.
Yeah,
That's what we wanted.
splurged on
The
alcohol.
party. Alcohol,
we splurged
the
on
music.
Yeah,
I guess party favors. We gave a lot of gifts.
It was more of our reception,
Yeah.
like what we kind of splurged on, just like the atmosphere, like uplights, our neon sign
Yeah.
that we had,
Yes.
and
Cute.
from the Viva Neon.
Yeah.
And side note, thank you guys, you and Erica. Like I said,
Yes.
I listened to the podcast, I watched the videos, like the little cup that had the
Escrita?
dogs. It was from
Escrita?
Kim.
Oh
Kim
my
and Jackie were
God.
on here.
Mhm.
I watched their episode and I found her on Instagram, and I was like, "Oh, can you make us stuff?" She made our signs for the wedding.
We met
and
them. Yeah, we went over to their house. We
I'm
met
so
them.
glad we were able to
Yeah.
help
You guys have
out.
Yeah, for
we did
sure. Yes,
the
party.
Gives me life.
modern wellness counseling. We did that.
Yes, Priscilla.
I'm telling you guys, like Bridal Buzz is like where you need to
Y'all
watch.
need to
like
be ambassadors for Bridal Buzz.
I would tell her like, this is what we're doing. Like,
like, okay,
I
okay.
found all, cause so we're not from San Antonio and none of our families are here. So we planned this whole wedding ourselves. So
For sure.
this was like super helpful. Like, here's a vendor. Like, here. And
we were your
so-
family here helping
Yes.
you. To,
Yeah,
Yes.
you really were.
Yes.
Because our family showed up on the wedding weekend. They're like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
My
like,
mom was so surprised. She's like, wow, this is nice.
You're like, yes, we have good taste.
Yes.
everyone was like, you guys did this whole thing? We're like, yeah, we
Yeah.
did, with the help of like, you know, our wedding planner and like people. But our vendors were just amazing. Like,
What is like one big piece of advice you would give to couples planning a wedding, recently married, in their wedding planning season?
I think just take it in. Like, take everything in, because everything happens so fast.
Yeah.
You know, and I know things can get really stressful, but I guess, like, it got stressful, like, for us, but in the end, like, I knew that I was going to be marrying my person, you know, and that was all that matters.
Right.
And just don't sweat the little things, and just, you know.
she tells me that all the time.
Yes, don't sweat the little things.
That would be mine, is like, when you're debating on the little things, like, ask yourself, like, will anyone remember this? Like, we were debating on chargers for the table, and then I was like, will anyone remember if there was a charger there?
No.
Like, so we didn't do it. Like, we were just little things, like, should we have aisle markers? And
I don't even remember if we had aisle markers. Like, did we have them?
we didn't, because so it's just like, if you're debating on like, should you do this thing, it's like, will they remember it? If not, like, save some bucks, save your like
for
stress
sure.
over it. One less thing you have to worry
Put it
about.
into something else that you're like really passionate about, like
Yes.
alcohol.
Exactly. Yes.
They will remember the alcohol.
They will.
They did, and they
Yes,
had a
and-
blast.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
everyone
fun. It
had
was so
a
much
great
fun.
time.
Aw, I love that. Is there anything else you guys want to leave with the couples?
Wedding day. The wedding day. Take it in.
Yeah.
It happens so fast.
I'm terrified
It's-
about how fast it's going to go.
It's like you plan all this time for what, 5 hours?
Yeah.
It was longer than that.
Right,
but-
right. But I'm just saying.
For
but
what, 30 minutes?
That's 30 minutes. That's it. Like, no, it's just to really just take it in. And always, I would say, guys or women, it doesn't matter. People, anyone,
All y'all out there.
everyone, just I would say take your partner and just step aside and look. Like, look
was,
at
like,
everyone
yeah.
and everyone that's there for you. And it was great, because, like, I told Cristina, I was like, look at all these people that are here, like, for us. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was one of our favorite moments.
for
We went
sure.
upstairs because our venue had like a big staircase. We went up so I could change my shoes. And she was like, just take a minute, look down. And it was so cool to see like our childhood friends, like our family, our coworkers, our bosses,
All
like
having a good time.
like
Yeah.
everyone together in one room, like
Yes.
celebrating our
Seeing
love.
my mom, especially my mom, like, that was letting my mom see that all these people here supporting us, because
Yeah.
just having my mom have that safe place to be like, wow, okay.
It was full circle, like going from a secret to going from like, look at everyone here, like
Yeah.
celebrating
all the
us.
support. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are going to make me cry.
Aw.
I did not wear my waterproof mascara.
Well, I cried in the wedding. I bawled my eyes
Oh
out
my
when
gosh.
you sang.
I bawled. Well,
When she sang.
Yeah,
too.
that's a special moment too, right? You sang a song to
oh, yes,
Cristina.
that's right, yes.
Yeah.
And I actually sang this time. It didn't sound like a proposal. The proposal
Yeah.
was terrible, but I
That was
sang.
a surprise because I
Aw.
like pretty much, I don't know, we both planned the wedding together, but I did a lot of like the
She
planning.
did. She did a lot of
And
the
she was
planning.
very accepting. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
whatever you want. Yes. Yes.
But we flew in a singer from Nashville, and it's a long story, but my mom sent me this video of him, and I was like, who is this? And she's like, oh, I think
Great
this
voice.
is his name. I found him on Instagram, and I slid into his DMs, and I was like, hey, I had just gotten engaged. I was like, can you play at our wedding? Like, I don't, and he was like, yeah, when is it? I was like, I don't even know. We didn't even have a date yet.
Yeah.
And then we got the date, and a year and a half later, and he still kept in contact, and he flew down, and
Wow.
now he's one of our good friends. We're gonna go see him
When we go
next
to
month
Nashville.
in Nashville.
Oh my
and
god.
It was great singing with him. I
so she
love
planned
music,
it.
and he was totally down. He's like, "Yeah, let's do it." So he
Yeah.
helped me. He helped me play the guitar too while I sang.
Nice.
I didn't cry like the wedding day. Like we had practice already, like at the rehearsals. So like I didn't have tears like going down the aisle. Like I talked
I
myself out. I was like, nope, I'm not crying.
I did.
And so I didn't cry. And then when she got up as a surprise and sang, I bawled. Like water just like flowing, and
Snot.
I was like, yeah, I told her I was like, I had snot, I had like tears, I had sweat because we had those alphabet letters, and they were so hot. I was right by it, and so it really caught me off guard, and it was like the sweetest moment. I was watching the video last night again.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks so much, guys, for coming in.
Of
It was
course.
such a pleasure to hear all of this and for you guys just being open and honest about everything that you've been through as a couple. And I think a lot of couples are going to get a lot out of this and feel like they're not alone,
Yeah, for
you know?
sure.
So thank you so much, both of you. And I have a little something.
Ooh.
These are bath bombs
Yes.
for both of you with a
need
little
to
bit
shower.
of bridal.
Yeah.
Showering is good.
I'm kidding.
And then in here is
thank you.
a bunch of K-pods from Keurig pods
Oh,
from
yes.
Boom City Coffee, which is a local coffee roaster. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so these are the best
Thank
coffee that I've
you.
ever had in a pod before.
I'm down.
Hands down.
Thank
so
you.
I hope you guys enjoy that.
Bath bomb and coffee.
Yes, at the same time.
the same
Thank you.
time, yes.
Thank you
Just
for
to
having
say.
us.
Thank you so
and
much,
for
Kat.
Of course.
letting us tell our story.
Of
and-
course.
Any questions? Let me know. Camera. I
Yeah,
don't know which
so
one.
if our couples want to reach out to you guys, where can they
Yeah.
find you online?
Where?
On Instagram.
Instagram?
Yeah, and we'll
Yeah.
tag you guys.
Right here.
Okay,
Tag.
Triple C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's it for today's
Cool.
episodes. Bridal Babes, don't forget the buzz doesn't have to stop here. We're everywhere online. You can find us wherever your heart desires. And don't forget to check out today's sponsor, Texas Wedding Ministers, on SanAntonioWeddings.com. With that, we're going to say bye for today.
Thank
Which
you.
camera?
This camera. And
Bye.
Bye.